Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to replace the wick and possibly the wadding in this vintage unmarked aluminum block petrol lighter. See the wick there? This lighter was just fueled up yesterday. Seems to have decent spark with most strikes, but just won't reliably, consistently light. Or really, except for once right after I fueled it yesterday, want to light at all. So we will remove our fuel screw. And start pulling the wadding out of the fuel hole of this lighter. Some contamination, rust, other grimy looking sort of discoloration to the outside of that cotton. And a little bit tough pulling it out of there. A bit of difficulty seeing. It looks like all we have left in there is the wick. So we will pull that wick out here from the top. And it is not much of a wick that was left in that lighter. We're going to go ahead and put that in a Ziploc here to preserve it. Include it when we sell the lighter. That is assuming that we can get this lighter up and running in a reliable fashion. We are going to put a copper woven generic Zippo type wick back in here. Twist this down on the end so that hopefully we can just slide it right on through there and retrieve it out the bottom end. Not your typical wick chimney that you have here in this aluminum block lighter. And we have it coming through there, but I'm not sure if I can reach down in there and get a hold of it, so we will see here. I have certainly encountered easier jobs of retrieving wicks out of the body of a lighter, but I have had more difficult jobs as well. And maybe I can get a pair of needle nose pliers down in there. Would help if I could see what I'm doing, but instead I'm kind of blind as I reach down in there, and got a light here that I can hold up to look at it, but I can't do that as I am trying to grab a hold of the wick. I think I got a hold of it. There we go. Perfect. So we don't want to pull that too far. We can always trim that up. So go ahead and close this lid. Well, let's kind of pinch this first. Hopefully it'll fit underneath that snuffer. Okay, now rather than going back with the wadding that looks a little contaminated, we're going to go ahead and save that. We've got some half cotton balls back here, and actually I think rather than doing that, we will go ahead and grab some of our organic cotton. I think this organic cotton will do the trick. Want to feed our wick down there with it as we go, not just lose the whole thing. Keep it right there at the entry. And that looks like that length of organic cotton will be perfect for what we are trying to accomplish here. And that'll all tuck away down in there deep enough that we can thread our fuel cap back on no problem. Take a look up top, make sure we didn't lose it. Looks good. Take a few droppers of our Roncinol fuel here. And we will just see if 2 droppers is enough. Well, it went ahead and absorbed that. There's nothing leaking out the top, so let's go ahead and give it about a half squeeze. And that still looks pretty moist right there, so 2.5 droppers for this aluminum block Petrol lighter. Get our fuel cap threaded back into the base of the lighter. And you can see that whether it came out the wick or not, I did end up with a bunch of fuel on my finger. The wick does look a little damp. Could have some vapor lock at play here. Blow on that, try to get some of these vapors to diffuse into the air. And you can see the spark there. Sure, the wick is wetter than it should be, because it really shouldn't be wet at all. And I was really hoping that replacing this wick would improve things. So far it doesn't look like it has improved anything. But we will let this dry out. Perhaps when the vapor lock has diminished, and the lighter will attempt to work reliably. If not, then it may have just been wasted effort. Although the effort might be wasted in regard to getting this lighter up and running, but there's really no wasted effort when it comes to the knowledge that you gain, the experience that you acquire in regard to getting old Petrol lighters back up and in working, reliable, dependable order. So I would sure like for this to light here in the video, but I'm not going to keep you here with me all day just to see it flame up. So I will attempt to get this ignited, try to use it here around the headquarters, around the workshop. One way or another, hopefully we will get this thing into functional, dependable working order. Until next time.